Hey girl, hey. So, if you're watching this, then you already know the Bible. Yeah, it be doing the most, okay? First of all, welcome to the Too Long Didn't Read King James Version Daily Drop. I'm Ashlan Rae, your unofficial Bible translator, the ringleader, and message bringer of God's Word. So, first of all, I'm the friend who's going to make sure that you never have to Google again who begat who and who does thou whatever ever mean again, right? Listen, I created this because I got real tired of feeling like Bible study was a chore, a punishment, another thing for me to put on my to-do list. It felt like homework and something I had to force myself to do so that I could be spiritually aligned and live out my Jeremiah 29:11, okay? The minute I realized that overthinking God is exactly how I miss him is when I was like, hey, yo, nah, fam, there's got to be a better way. The better way is exactly what you signed up for. So, first of all, boo. You're not lazy and you're not a bad Christian. And honestly, even if you don't classify yourself as a Christian and you just want to build a relationship with God, I am here for it, honey. But what I want to let you know is that Bible study only feels heavy because religion made it a performance. And the King James Version is essentially written in Braille in hieroglyphics, and you got to be a Philadelphia lawyer to decipher all of that. Okay. So, look, we're not going to have it be just one more thing to do on your to-do list, right? We want this to be entertaining and fun. We want you to learn this information and apply it to your actual, real, messy life. And that is why I created the Too Long Didn't Read King James Version Daily Drop. It is to remind you that God's word was always meant to free you, not confuse you, although you can't tell that by what dear Lord King James has shared with us, okay? So, why does it exist? Well, I gave you a little backstory here, but I really created it because I needed it. I was like, okay, all right, I get it. It is 42,000 people in the book of Genesis that begat a lot of people, and it was a lot of tribes and all of that, and they became kings and stuff. But how does this relate to me? Like, what does that mean to me? Okay. The Bible is messy and real and relevant, but I need to figure out how to like take those lessons and words and put them in the good Lord's year of 2025. Okay. Can I have some 21st century parables here? And this is really all about getting clarity and consistency. And well, it's going to be a few jokes. Blame it on my daddy. I can't tell a story without a joke. Okay. So how do you get the most out of this? Well, first of all, girl, check your inbox daily. Okay. Check that inbox. I know you don't need another email. I know everybody is targeting you from everywhere. Fashion Nova got your inbox overflowing with 30% off and 1 day shipping. Okay. I get it. But I want you to read this like a conversation between you and your homegirl. This is not a chore, okay? Matter of fact, I'm your homegirl, all right? Read it in my voice, please. Make sure you do all the animation and all of that, okay? Read that in my voice. But also share it with a friend. What I noticed was when I started creating this and sharing it with people, like I would casually be talking about it, and they were like, hey, yo, you doing what? You translating the Bible? I'm like, yeah, kind of, oh, share that with me. And I did it, and people were like, yo, that's super dope. That's cool. Can I share it? So that's really how this got traction and why I decided to share it with others. It was a really great way to tell the story, to apply it to your life, and it has a great breakdown. At least that's the feedback I'm getting. So the other part of that is give yourself some grace, okay? Missing a day does not mean you are spiritually failing. The world is not over. Your life gonna go on. Either spin the block and read yesterday or skip to the next one. Whatever, you're good. Just keep going. Be consistent. Okay, and lastly, before you go, I want to make sure that I give you some real life tips for when you do want to go a little bit deeper without feeling like you need a seminary degree. Because once you start getting into it and you get consistent, you might start thinking, okay, I actually do want to study more. So where do I start without getting lost? Like I was. So let me share the tips that I used when I was doing this and started translating. Actually, the translation came out of me. It was like my challenge to be consistent. And so the translation was an activity to keep me engaged, ADHD here, that's me. So, and it was a challenge to keep me engaged and consistent, if ADD was a person. Okay. So the first tip is to grab a children's Bible. No, for real, fam. Grab a children's Bible. I'm so serious. The way those stories are simplified are life changing. It'll give you context without confusion. Like Jesus didn't say suffer the little children for nothing. Sometimes you got to sit at the kiddie table to get the message, okay? And if you really can't explain it to you, like you can't explain it to me like I'm 5, you probably don't know what's going on, right? So perfect. Then tip 2 is to use YouTube, but be discerning. So make sure you are aligned with people that are speaking with what's aligned with God, and it's, they're getting clear, but it's not like, conspiracy theology and stuff, right? Use Follow people that you trust to search for Bible story explanations and animated breakdowns and things like that. Tip 3, focus on stories before doctrines. So don't stress over Paul's letters if you don't even know who David, Esther, or Ruth is yet. Like, fam, Paul is complex and deep, okay? He is a lot of layers. So don't do that to yourself. Learn the main iconic stories first. That's what I did. That's literally how I started. God reveals his character through people's messy lives first. So get familiar with those main characters. That main character energy is going to be key in learning these lessons and apply them to your life. And then tip 4, girl, ask God to make it make sense. That's all, right? It's a simple prayer. Lord, show me what you want me to see today, please. Okay, and thank you. You don't need a 2-hour study session or dissertation. You just need revelation over repetition. Okay. As they said, and anyone who lacks wisdom, the Lord gives it freely. You just got to ask. Okay. Now, remember, depth isn't measured by how complicated you can make it. It's measured by how well you apply it and you actually understand. Remember, explain it to me like I'm 5. All right. So here's what I want you to remember before you get up out of here. The Bible isn't a chore. It's not a test. It's your daily cheat code to navigate this crazy train wreck of a life, okay? With peace and power and a little bit of side eye, but it's holy side eye, okay? So check your inbox every weekday. I will be there with your TLDR daily drop. And don't keep it to yourself. Text a friend, share the link, put it in a group chat, make it fun again. Oh, and sis, this is just the beginning. I've got more coming that'll help you apply this word when life gets real. I'm so glad you're here. Now let's spin the block into the scripture together. By the way, if you found me randomly on YouTube through organic discovery, the link is in the description. Go ahead and get you some too, girl. All right, guys, I'm out.